Say it with me, our homes are not storage units. Let that sink in for a second. The background is very, very fitting for this video, don't you think? Our homes are meant to be lived in, breathed in, enjoyed, not crammed full of stuff we don't use, we don't need, or even really like. When we treat our homes like storage units, things start to feel really heavy, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And honestly, most of us don't even realize how much it's weighing us down until we're willing to start letting things go. I'm Maria. I'm very passionate about slow living and conscious consumerism. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, or if any of that sounds interesting to you. And buckle up, because we're going to talk about the 2025 Decluttering Challenge. Yes, I am decluttering 2,025 items from my home this year, and today I'm going to take you with me as I declutter the most chaotic spot in my entire home, my craft closet. On the last episode of this decluttering challenge, I decluttered my bookshelves. So after I take care of my craft closet, which is over here, then the entire dining room is going to be done. I came up with the idea of the 2025 decluttering challenge grid because I wanted to be held accountable. And if you've been here before, you know that I love lists, I love checklists, and I wanted a way to track the number of items that we actually get rid of and remove from our home. I don't really care what I'm getting rid of, I just wanted an overall number. And honestly, I just have too much stuff. Don't show your butthole on camera, that's rude. Decluttering 2,025 items in 1 year sounds like a lot, and it is, but if you break it down, it's actually only 5.5 items per day. Totally doable, especially when you include papers, junk drawer stuff, broken things, duplicates, stuff like that. It will add up. To track my progress, I'm using my decluttering grid. I color in 1 square for every single item that I declutter. It's honestly kind of fun and satisfying to fill in the squares. And you can do this however you want. If you want to get rid of 1 item per square, or a whole pile of items, like a whole pile of pens that you want to get rid of, and you want to just mark it off as 1 for the extra challenge, that's great. This challenge is built for you, so however you want to do it to stay motivated is great. And here's the best part of decluttering. Every single item that leaves my home makes space for more peace, more clarity, and more room to actually live. If you want to join me today, you totally can. Start today, start small, just start. And you can start the 2025 Decluttering Challenge whenever you want. We still have 8 months left in the year. If you want to join the 2025 Decluttering Challenge and want access to the grid, which is totally free, sign up for my free newsletter, and in the first email, you'll get the grid. You can use it digitally. If you have an iPad, you can print it out and stick it on your fridge and color in squares. If you signed up for my email letter list and did not get your first email, shoot me an email at livingplanetfriendly@gmail.com. Check your spam folder, but every once in a while it just gets blocked and you won't get anything. So send me an email and I'll attach it to the email as soon as possible. I am 110% embarrassed to show this on camera, but this is my craft closet. It's in our dining room right by the front of the house, so it's meant to be like a coat closet, but we never come in the front door, so we never use it as a coat closet. Full disclosure, this space has gotten completely out of control. I love crafting, but I don't love clutter, and yet somehow here we are. This has also been our dumping ground in our home for things that don't really have a place, that I don't really know where to put them. We have a small home, so we don't have a lot of storage. This is kind of our dumping ground. Okay, enough putting this off. This is what it looks like right now. Yeah, I told you it was bad. My craft closet has turned into our house closet, I like to call it. We've made a shelf of some dog things. I have a bunch of half-used candles ready to be combined, extra presents, gift wrap. There are literally so many different things in here, and it's so hard to keep clean and organized. Today I'm doing something I've never actually done with this closet before. Everything is coming out. I'm taking everything off the shelves out of the entire closet, and I'm going to decide what I actually need and use regularly. We're going to declutter, and then we're going to figure out a new organization system because this is not working anymore. Taking everything out is messy at first, but it does really help me see what I actually have, and then I can group things together and hopefully organize it better. If you've been here before, I've decluttered this closet at least 5 times and done short videos on it, but it always gets messy and cluttered again. So that's why I'm trying a new approach of starting with an empty closet space. My goal here is to be realistic. I'm not aiming for Pinterest perfect, I just want functional again. I want to be able to open the door with nothing falling out. I want to know where things are, and then I'm asking myself, do I use it? Do I love it? In if I didn't already own it, would I buy it again? If the answer is no, then it goes. I do think there is a fine line between holding on to things to upcycle or things that you may use one day, and the beginnings of a hoarding disorder. A lot can coincide between the difficulty of discarding items and excessive accumulation of items and overconsumption. And of course, I'm no expert in this matter. Hoarding disorder is a mental health condition that you often need therapy to treat, and I am in no way qualified to diagnose. I have just done a lot of research in the last few years between hoarding and overconsumption and slow living. And to avoid hoarding items, it's so important to focus on mindful consumption habits and setting boundaries with acquiring new items, and also practicing regular decluttering and organization, which are all part of slow and sustainable living. So we have to recognize that there is a correlation.
I don't even know what to say right now. I cannot believe that all of this stuff was in this closet. I've walked around this table 4 or 5 times. I don't actually know the best spot to start. These are my college art portfolios for photography and graphic design, and I just don't actually know what to do with them. I don't really want to get rid of these because I feel like this is what I have to show for my $30,000 degree. Also, like, it's kind of fun to flip through and look at all the different things that I did for different projects. So we decided we're going to keep this Lego cat box that we did and put together as the box to hold our Lego manuals and extra pieces that we come across. So it's going to go in here and up on the top shelf. Now, another thing that I know I'm going to keep are all of my Lennox spice jar boxes. So we're going to put these up there too, just up and out of the way. That's all I got so far. This is my ribbon upcycle box, every spare piece of ribbon, and I do use this regularly and go into it regularly, so it's gonna stay. And a Lego that my husband got for Christmas put together. This is a box of my wedding dress scraps, all of the things that were taken off for alterations. So we're gonna keep this. Dog treats. Okay, I think dog stuff is going to be the easiest to start with. Pepper is not going to be our only dog, so I don't want to get rid of anything, but it definitely needs to just be organized. Okay, I am going to use the extra space on this shelf just to put my work bag that my mother made me. This is not something I want to ever really get rid of. I thrifted this Winnie the Pooh birdhouse for $2.50. It's definitely hand painted. This needs to go outside, but it's been winter, so it's been in here since I've had it. So this is gonna go on the countertop to go into the garage. And then this is also a Christmas pillow that I need to repair, so it's gonna go with the dog toys. This is our paint by numbers stuff for these guys. We want to actually finish these this summer, so this is gonna go up here. These are extra frames for our travel wall and some extra photos. So these are actually going to go in our couch. This is decor, but this has to go into the basement. And this is decor for the basement. Okay, we're making slight progress. This is my kintsugi repair kit. We want to keep this. This is my husband's childhood art kit. It's not really mine to declutter. This is a blender that I bought for crafting. I used to be big on making paper. So this is actually what I originally thrifted it for $8. This is a whole bin of pretty paper. And this is my whole bin of paper making stuff. I'm not really ready to get rid of this set because I might go back to making paper when I'm in a bigger house. This is my knitting bin. So it's got my knitting needle, scissors, some extra hoops, some extra yarn, air dry clay. This is hard. I know I have more embroidery stuff that I was going to add to this container. So I've got all of these little bins that hold specific categories of craft supplies. Here's my embroidery stuff. These are labeled office supplies. I have a feeling a lot of the stuff is going to go upstairs. Oh my god. I had no idea I had a whole bin of cords here. Okay, well this is going to go upstairs with my desk upstairs. And then I'm going to have to go through it and see what are duplicates that I don't need. Wood. This is all clothespins and popsicle sticks. This is a pet project that I want to do This is for like paw prints. So that's gonna go on the pet shelf. Okay, naturally, I think the next thing to do is all of my Cricut supplies, which I'm gonna keep a lot of this, probably actually almost all of it, but it needs to be organized and put back together. Okay.
Some things are easy to let go of, things you've saved for several years just in case, dried up glue, or things that can be recycled. Others are harder, like unfinished projects or supplies that I spent good money on, but keeping stuff out of guilt or just in case no longer serves me. And I actually need to start seeing physical changes in our home because I'm tired of the stuff. I'm tired of the clutter.
Okay, I think this is good. This is where I'm gonna have to start making some decisions. These are feta cheese containers. They're actually the perfect organizer, so I'm not making decisions about those. Those are staying. We bought these as a Christmas present for somebody, and then we decided to completely change what we were getting them. So I decided that I would hang on to these. It's a really nice bar tool set, and then a cocktail shaker, and then an Art of Mixology book. And this, I thrifted this last year, 2024. And I want to fix it up. I just haven't had the time to, and I want to take like this felt off. It's already basically off. It's on my list to do this year because I really wanted a nice jewelry box. I just need to fix this up a little bit. So it's gonna go back in there on the shelf. This used to hold this scratch off poster of books that I had read, but I read through all the books that I really wanted to. I didn't want to keep hanging this up. So I'm getting rid of the poster. I'm gonna double check and see if my husband wants this. This is an old pair of pants from my husband that was ripped. I'm just gonna recycle these. I originally was going to upcycle them, but they've been in here for 2 years. So I, like everybody else last year, wanted to do candle painting, but I wanted to try to do it a bit more sustainably. So I had thrifted all these different colored candles and broken candles to try to do candle painting. I have yet to do candle painting. I think it's time to get rid of this stuff because I'm not going to use it. I wanted to be that girl, and I just was not that girl. So 29, 30 candles that are going to be loved and used by someone else. This is a PR box I got from Kaboo, which is a really great sustainable toilet paper brand. I love working with them, and they sent me this little box for Earth Day. Here is where things that I might upcycle one day goes to die. I've got all of these like random cardboard containers that are like unique sizes. Like this was a PR bin from Back to Earth, but I saved the containers because I didn't want to just get rid of them. I don't know what I want to do with these because I have the space now, so I think I'm gonna hang on to these, and if I don't use them or find a use for them by my next declutter of the craft closet or my next organization of the craft closet, then they're gonna be recycled. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. These are all of our Christmas cards. I do usually go through these and use them as gift tags, so I am going to hang on to them. These are our extra Christmas cards from last year. I did it. I got everything in here how I wanted to. I think it's gonna stay. I put a bunch of crafting stuff that I don't use anymore but might one day again in the bottom. A bunch of my upcycling stuff, random things like a hot glue gun, Velcro, my kintsugi kit, and then Cricut, and all my pens and pencils and markers and stuff on this shelf. And then this is now a complete dog shelf with dog food, dog treats, dog bones, her calming chews, her monthly trio pill, tennis balls, and then a bin of like random dog stuff, a couple projects, a couple gifts, and then random stuff, and then like my Lennox boxes. I'm pretty happy with how it looks, and I think it's good to the point where I'm not going to be like super messing it up again. I'm really happy with this organization system, and it actually finally makes sense. Before, things were just kind of chaotically all over wherever they fit, but this was the first time decluttering that I actually took every single thing out of the closet and started from scratch. So I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. And then these are all of the candles that I'm gonna make Franken candles with. A lot of these are like partial jars with leftover wax. I like to melt it all down and then make new candles with it. So I'm gonna count all that up and then I'll see you in a minute.
I am so proud of how this closet turned out. Here's what it looks like now, and this is definitely an organization system that makes the most sense, and I think I'll actually be able to keep this organized now. I decluttered 64 items, which is a lot. Only a few things went into the trash, a lot went into recycling, and a small pile of stuff will go onto my buy nothing group. I marked 64 squares off in my journal, and I'm so excited because this was the worst spot to declutter in my house, I think, so I'm glad I got it done and over with, and the rest of these spaces on my list will hopefully be easy.
I hope this inspired you to declutter a little corner of your world too. Remember, your home is for living, not for storing. You deserve a space that feels calm and light and also aligned with who you are now, not who you were 10 years ago. If you want to join the 2025 Decluttering Challenge, sign up for my newsletter and you'll get the grid for free, along with a list of 25 different spaces that you could declutter in your home to give you some ideas. Let me know in the comments if you plan on joining the challenge and we can cheer each other on. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and hit the like button if you liked the video. I use likes to determine what I should continue to film content on. I don't know about you, but with every single declutter I do, I feel a little bit lighter and I can breathe a bit deeper in our home. We will get our homes back, one drawer, one box, and one little bag at a time. Happy decluttering and see you next time.